I am buying cryptocurrency. I am buying cryptocurrency. Fire gets cracked, they just keep printing it, it's gonna crash. That's what they are hinting, it's time to jump to an economy. So I'm buying cryptocurrency, yeah, I'm buying cryptocurrency.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. If we have a look today, we're still seeing a lot of green across the board. One thing that makes me happy is we are above the $301 billion market cap, so that's kind of like that psychological number. You still have Bitcoin doing very well, even just at 0.3%. Bitcoin dominance pulled back slightly, just a little bit, so just kind of keep a note of that as well. Yeah, the one thing that I was looking at, though, is Ethereum. I keep looking at this Ethereum chart. Now, this is just totally in the Bitcoin comparative, and I just keep thinking to myself, like, are we due for another pop-off? Because Ethereum, I feel like, has just not been doing very well during this whole recent kind of rise. You know, Bitcoin's been doing really well, and usually Ethereum tends to kind of follow Bitcoin, but this time around, it just totally didn't. So I do wonder if Ethereum is due for a little bit of a mini comeback. If we do have some of the If we do have a look at some of the gainers of the day, we have Nakamoto, Stratus, Stellar, Zcash, Decentraland, Steam, VeChain, Mixin, Pivx, and IOTA. So also, before we get into the news, I wanted to just talk about this. So did you guys see what happened with Facebook? So it says Facebook just lost more than the entire market cap of GE in after-hours trade Wednesday after missing revenue and user growth targets. So they have like the thumbs down kind of logo right here. It says Facebook's $126 billion crash after the bell Wednesday may just be the greatest one-day market cap collapse in history. So it fell over 20%. Now I know in crypto we're like 20%, but you know, in real stocks that's pretty insane. So I do wonder what this means, and it's funny to actually hear them say buy the dip, you know, when speaking of traditional stocks, but it kind of does make you think. You know, the user adoption on Facebook is low. They haven't really onboarded that many people. You know, a lot of people are pissed off about these, you know, data being sold and privacy. And I think a lot of people are starting to pay a lot more attention to things like that. So also moving on to the other news today. So this was a big thing. It kind of already happened, so it's totally over and done with. You don't have to worry. But basically, Metamask got removed off of Google Chrome Web Store for no reason whatsoever, right? They don't know why. It just completely just got removed. And then, unfortunately, what had happened was there was a malicious impersonator phishing app that kind of popped up and sprung up in its place. So everybody was warning everybody, you know, make sure that you don't use this app. It's not the real app. You know, you had Samson over here on Twitter. He was saying, this is incredible. Google removed the real Metamask from the web store, leaving behind a fake one, which uses official branding. Play Store also has a fake MetaMask, which uses a known phishing address. What are you doing, Google? But then finally, this morning, we do have confirmation. They said everything's okay. Public service announcement 2. We are back on the Chrome Web Store. Stay tuned for a formal retrospective from the team. So that's really weird why that happened. Very, very, very strange. On a side note, this is kind of interesting. So Panama Crypto, in reference to Charles Hoskinson, said, Charles Hoskinson said, hey guys, can you please PM me? To the MetaMask crew, to which they replied, could you please reach out to support at metamask.io? Thanks. And then Charles Hoskinson wrote, you're telling the CEO of IOHK, founder of Cardano and Ethereum, to use the support email? Just wanted to ask about the Chrome delisting. And then this is where this guy said, this deserves insta-shaming. You are not above all others, IOHK, Charles. Get your ego together. To which he literally said, you all completely misunderstood the point. This has nothing to do with the ego. This has everything to do with having efficient conversations. Would Microsoft tell the CEO of Ford to make contact with them through support? That's how one should conduct business development. So I don't know. It's just, you know, Twitter's going to be Twitter. But I just thought that was a kind of a funny little anecdote to the end of it. Either way, guys, MetaMask is back up and your funds are safe. So don't use that phishing site. Okay, guys? So hopefully they took care of that. Now, we finally have some good news coming out of EOS. I know that there's been sort of a lot of FUD, a lot of concern over EOS lately, but here's kind of some good news. So EOS RAM Upgrade has been approved by the community. So the EOS Authority revealed that its community has approved the stepwise solution to increase random access memory, RAM, available on its platform. The current limit for the RAM on the network is 64 gigabytes, with the update working towards gradually increasing the EOS RAM at 1 kilobyte per block. The platform had tasked block producers with the duty to conduct a vote to implement the RAM upgrade, with 15 producers voting yes. to take the upgrade forward. So here's the thing. This is beneficial because RAM trade on the EOS network works on the simple policy of supply and demand. According to the reports, whenever there is a high demand for RAM on the network, a user who requires RAM can only buy it from another user rather than from the system. The main concern raised by users on the network was the lack of RAM available to all of them to trade, an issue which this upgrade aims to solve. So that's some good news coming out of EOS, guys. So let's talk about Binance. I know Binance, like every day, there's always something new going on with Binance and Malta, right? But then we were talking about yesterday, the whole thing with the ETFs and the regulations and this and that. You know, if the US isn't going to step up and we're going to take forever and we're not going to come up with how we want to do things, then you're just going to see these other countries who are a lot more crypto friendly. They're just going to kind of do what they want anyway. So you do have an MOU that's kind of been struck. So basically, these are what is going to happen as follows. So they're creating a blockchain charity foundation. So this is, I kind of got off topic, but this is Binance and Malta. So the objectives of the MOU are as follows. Advocate and blockchain technology and its application to address issues of sustainability in a humanitarian and environmental setting to empower especially youth and children. Number 2, to improve public awareness of the comprehensive usage of blockchain and its impact on society and the economy. And number 3, jointly establish a workforce targeting local and regional issues by implementing pilot projects and other initiatives with a blockchain technology component. So that's just really more awesome news coming out of Binance and Malta. It seems like they've been doing a lot of really great things out there as well. Some other news too about Binance kind of is you have the XPOS will support BNB as one of the 12 cryptocurrencies listed on their blockchain-based point-of-sale device. And this is coming out of PundiX, okay? And this is something that's going to be used at physical retail locations. We've seen plenty of demos. I myself am personally very, very impressed with their point-of-sale system. I did have that concern over maybe companies like Verifone, who are also teaming up with these other companies like Graph to look into implicating cryptocurrency solutions and payments as well. And that is the issue, when you see companies like HTC coming out with these blockchain type phones, and you have Finny as well. But I do wonder if these bigger guys that have more influence adopt the same technology, where's that going to leave the little guys? But that being said, I still am quite impressed with PundiX and their point of sale devices. So here is an interesting story. So coming out of Auger, so Auger just recently came out on Ethereum. It's the prediction market where you can kind of put your ether in a smart contract and see what happens based on oracles and stuff like this. So they basically have this new so-called assassination market, which has popped up on the blockchain. So users have recently posted bets on Auger regarding the deaths of a number of public figures, such as the U.S. President Donald Trump or CEO at Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett. The bet, will Donald Trump, President of the United States, be killed at any point during 2018, has acquired 50.3 shares as of, let's see, July 20. So that is as of a few days ago. So here it is right here. It says, will Donald Trump, President of the United States, be killed at any point during 2018? To which, users on the Auger subreddit have suggested that something be done about assassination markets. But given the decentralized nature of the platform, no one person can single-handedly change Auger or shut it down. So, if it's kind of grim, it's kind of dark, but if it's a friendly vote, that's one thing. I just hope that people don't start taking these markets into their own hands and, not going to even go there, but as long as it's just a friendly bet, I guess. But it's still kind of grim, guys. I don't know what you think about that. So let's talk about this guy. So you have Andreas Brecken. He's a former software engineer at Kraken, and he says he's been testing the Lightning Network now for a few weeks, and he's come to a conclusion. He says sending payments using the Lightning Network is cheaper than the regular Bitcoin network, but it suffers from routing errors and wallet bugs that make it impractical even for highly technical users. So he goes on down here. He explains how he sent different purchases. This one worked perfectly fine. This one got declined. He got an error message. Then there was another one, so he tried here. So it just basically goes into his trials, explaining what he said. So Peter Todd, a Bitcoin developer, has stated that the design would be better as a hub and spoke system where everyone connects to a hub, then hubs connect to each other. That, however, would be considerably centralized, which goes against all of the decentralized ethos of everything. So then they said that volume is very low currently compared to actual Bitcoin, which, moved somewhere around $8 billion worth in one day, whereas the Lightning Network, by contrast, has a total capacity of only roughly 100 Bitcoins of daily volume right now. So, this isn't saying that anything is bad about the Lightning Network. It's just saying that it's still a work in progress and there are some bugs to be looked at. However, they said that, if this thing does get up and running and everything works great, that it will be a much cheaper alternative to currently what we have right now. So you also have Bitmain disclosing shipping and mining policies for a fair and transparent ecosystem. It says regarding shipping, Bitmain proposed 4 major measures, including order quantity restriction, establishment of a first paid, first ship fulfillment, combating hoarding practices, as well as publishing monthly reports on shipping updates. Combating hoarding practices, does that mean like you're going to limit how many I could buy? Like if you're I don't know, like what if I want to buy a bunch of ASIC units? Yeah, I'm hoarding them, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So they said after 30 days, the company will disclose data advising the community on which algorithm Bitmain is mining for itself, as well as the total hash rate of Bitmain hardware on those algorithms. The ASIC manufacturer will also provide regular shipping and volume information of new miners on the official Antminer Twitter account. Bitmain reiterates its zero tolerance policy on secret mining practices. Secret mining is a process where ASIC manufacturers mine with new hardware before making that equipment available to the public. The company claimed that it has always taken a negative stance towards the practice, emphasizing its long-held zero-tolerance policy on the matter. The company also clarified that it will not try to mine empty blocks. I actually personally was not aware of the fact that there was a secret mining practice. What's your take on it? Let's say somebody wants to develop their own mining hardware that's not Bitmain. I guess with Bitmain, I guess it's their hardware. They want to kind of know what's going on with it. But like, say I create my own hardware, why can't I mine in secret? I don't know. I guess it's just some kind of like a mutual agreement among the miners and, in their mining practices that I don't really understand. But so here's something really that we've been talking about, guys, the terrible situation in Venezuela. So what's the solution? Venezuela will remove not 3, but 5 zeros from the Bolivar currency. Right, guys? So President Nicolas Maduro said on Wednesday that in an effort to keep up with inflation projected to reach 1,000,000% this year, that this is going to basically be their stance. So that's it, guys. That's our stance. We're basically just going to take 5 zeros away, right? And then that's how we're going to get the new... Okay. All right. So annual inflation in June topped 46,000%. He said that the overhaul would tie the Bolivar to the recently launched state-backed cryptocurrency called the Petro without offering details. Because that's a great solution. The country's high inflation rate has made it nearly impossible to obtain cash. Venezuela's minimum wage is now the equivalent to about $1 a month. Guys, $1 a month, which has left citizens across the country unable to eat properly or obtain basic medical care, fueling an exodus of Venezuelans seeking to escape the economic crisis. Yeah. So, guys, that's insane. This is exactly why places like this do need cryptocurrency, because obviously the governments have no idea what they're doing, or at least they don't care in these situations. So you've seen a lot of different crypto projects coming out for support. We saw Digibyte. They currently have a donation that they're doing at the time. We've seen things kind of not directly tied to Nano, but we have seen a small community for Nano being sent over to Venezuela as well. And the thing is you don't even realize that people that are like, oh, but we don't have enough money for this. It's like when you're talking about a country who is making on average $1 a month per person, can you imagine what sending $10 would do? You know what I'm saying? It's not like a lot of money is needed to really help these people. And, the question is, well, is that our responsibility? Honestly, I think that philanthropy is something that is a responsibility of all of us. If we have the means and we have, the ends to do it, I don't know. I personally think that we should definitely look into these situations, and I think cryptocurrency is a viable solution as of right now. You know, is it the be all end all? I don't know, but I know right now, so it is definitely something. But let's talk about other things as well. So I like to talk about adoption. So you have the major Chinese social network Tianya, I think. I've never really heard of this, to be honest, to launch native cryptocurrency token. So it's said that its 90 billion tokens would function as a kind of reward system and run in parallel to its existing Tianya Diamond token, which is not cryptographic. Provided users have sufficient number of these diamond tokens, they will also receive TYT with a total of 80% of supply distributed to members. The remaining 20% will go towards operational requirements. You also have Uber co-founder and E-Trade alum launching a no-fee cryptocurrency trading exchange platform. So the company will function as a sort of aggregation engine for cryptocurrency prices across more than a dozen trading venues, allowing customers to buy and sell Bitcoin and other digital assets at the very best value available among them by waiving commission fees. So this is going to be called Voyager. So Voyager is expecting to compete directly with Robinhood. Voyager believes it can consistently execute buy and sell orders at better prices than customers would often get by just visiting one exchange such as Coinbase or Binance. So interesting. We'll see how that goes. That's more adoption as well. You also have Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin referred to Berlin as the most important city in the blockchain cosmos. Now, this is interesting. I haven't really heard too much about Berlin. He said that Berlin has the infrastructure, Berlin has the talent, and that really good programmers are here. He said if Berlin wanted to maintain its status as a blockchain hub, the government needs to set up more programs to promote blockchain. His main concern is developing the next stages of the internet, which he refers to as Web 3.0. I gotta stop right here, guys. Web 3.0, I've noticed that's kind of a huge buzzword in the community. I've heard Web 3.0 being thrown around every interview I've done recently, every developer I've spoken to, enthusiasts, venture capitalists, people in the space. I keep hearing Web 3.0, Web 3.0. So I think that this is going to be one of So yeah, guys, gotta love when the battery dies directly in the middle of one of my rants. Maybe it's a godsend. Shut up, K-Dub, shut up. But I am saying that Web 3.0 is something to look into. You know, according to Lubin, the old web has too many mistakes. People do not have control over their data, meaning companies can capitalize on user data, and there is no quick system for settling cross-border payments. Also, guys, it wouldn't be a crypto video without a crazy crypto prediction. So you have Tim Draper saying, I expect that since cryptocurrencies will increase the velocity of money, the current 86 trillion global market for currency will grow to about 140 trillion in the next 10 years, and that growth will be in crypto. In fact, I estimate that fiat currencies will actually decrease in use, and that crypto will become as much as 100 trillion of that market. Holy, can you guys imagine a $100 trillion market cap? Holy crap. So he says, I expect Bitcoin to be about 10% of that market, or 10 trillion. So, and you know, just to kind of sum it up, that makes a $250,000 Bitcoin by 2022. And guys, if that's not enough, be more like Brenda. Brenda bought Bitcoin in under 10 minutes. Buy now. So that's an ad from Coin Corner that's up on the side of like a bus stop or something like that. Just more adoption, just kind of getting it more in the people's, you know, direct line of vision. That being said, guys, what's up? It's Thursday. Also, just letting you know, I usually put out 2 videos a day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a second video out today. I'm going to be in the city for the next 2 days. I have a couple different events I'm attending, obviously blockchain, crypto related. But yeah, so I don't know. So if I don't get a second video out today, guys, it's just because I'm really busy. But that being said, I'm going to have to get a live stream set up. Feel like we haven't done a live in a while. Just been really busy over here. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Your support is, honestly, it means so much to me. You know I say this every single video, but I can't stress it enough. I really genuinely appreciate all of your support. You know, this channel has gone from literally nothing to something that I could never have imagined. And, you know, I do owe it to you to obviously provide you with the most objective reporting as possible. Obviously, clearly, I like to have fun. Got to have some fun. But at the same time, you know, it's also good to really, you know, do some research, dive into the tech, and just have a general understanding of what's going on in the space. I think education and getting people really involved, it's that steep learning curve, right? So anyway, I'm going to ramble. I could do it. That being said, I love you guys. If you haven't got subscribed yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification to stay up to date. I do news updates every single day. I try to get as many interviews I can with these up and coming projects. I do community requested reviews as often as I can on the channel. So this is our channel, guys. Crypto Zombie, it's the channel for the people. You guys let me know what you want. So that being said, my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.